The Defense Department, of course, under the Trump administration, is attempting to keep Congress out of any type of action they are taking when it comes to special operations or any type of mission that they're considering abroad, which is problematic because we kind of live in a country where we're supposed to have a system of checks and balances, where Congress is supposed to be aware of what the executive branch is doing, what the Defense Department is doing. But it appears that they're attempting to make that more difficult. Now, in a May 8th internal memo, according to the Washington Post, Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan lays out the criteria for when Pentagon officials may provide congressional offices or committees information they request about operational plans and orders. Now, let me be clear about something. This is an issue that is, of course, upsetting Democrats in Congress, but it's also upsetting Republicans in Congress as well. It outlines a half dozen guidelines, including requirements that military officials and political appointees evaluate whether the request contains sufficient information to demonstrate a relationship to the legislative function. The memo urges Defense Department officials to provide a summary briefing rather than a requested plan or order itself. Now, one of the issues that recently came up had to do with what Shanahan was planning on doing in Iran. We had reported on that story last week. Shanahan had drafted a plan to send as many as 120,000 troops to the region. And of course, that was going to unfortunately provoke authorities, or I should say politicians in Iran further and possibly even lead to war. And members of Congress didn't know about it. You had Senator Lindsey Graham feeling frustrated that he was kept in the dark about it. People were not briefed on what was going on. And so there's this like tug of war happening with the Defense Department and Congress. And I just want to note that Trump just said that he is the most transparent president in US history, the most transparent president ever. And at the same time, he's blocking as many as 20 investigations into his conduct. And he's also, or his Defense Department is also trying to keep valuable information away from congressional leaders.
So you know that all Congress is mad because the Republicans are joining in on this. Mac Thornberry, a Republican from Texas, joined Adam Smith, Democrat from Washington, in saying that the House Armed Services Committee should, of course, get access to this information. So it is not every day that Republicans admonish Donald Trump. In fact, Justin Amash said that he should be impeached, and every Republican has been raging against him and thinking about how they're going to do retribution. Even so, Thornberry, among others, said, yeah, this is not right. We have to have that information in order to be able to do our jobs in Congress. So that gives you a sense of it. And Shanahan being okay with agitating towards war, that's weird, because he spent a long time as an executive for Boeing,
right, a
defense contractor. And I know that sometimes people leave government and then rejoin the sector that they were in and make a lot of money. I know that coincidentally, a lot of times their company made a lot of money based on the decisions they made while they were in government.
Right.
Now, how do defense contractors make more money?
Well, there's a lot of corruption that goes on, right?
And what if there was a war? Then they'd probably make a little bit more money, wouldn't they?
Well, okay, so I love that you brought up the military-industrial complex, the profit, and the financial incentive in engaging in war. So here's the thing. The Defense Department is very clearly trying to keep important information away from Congress, and Congress does have a way to retaliate, and it's a very easy way to retaliate. How about you don't approve every single military budget that comes to your desk, right? So they just want a blank check to be able to do anything they want abroad with absolutely no checks and balances. No, unacceptable. We're not going to approve additional funding. We're not going to appropriate any additional funding for the military, for the Defense Department, until you guys play ball and give Congress the information it needs to be part of this system of checks and balances.
Breaking news, Anna. Oh my God, it turns out Democrats have taken control of the House. Oh right, they did that when they won the elections last November, and they now have been ruling in the House of Representatives since January. If they want, they could block Trump's defense budget. But as we reported to you a little while back, when it came up, they happily approved it and gave him all the money that he wanted without any checks whatsoever. So, and progressives pushed back. People like Ro Khanna, as always, were great and said, why are we giving Trump everything he wants on an incredibly bloated defense budget, which is bloated last year, let alone the request from this year? And Democrats said, no, this is not the time to fight. When? I can't wait for the Democrats to finally find the time to fight. It's been several decades. They still haven't found it. Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.